So I thought I'd take a few minutes here. Welcome to the channel, Curtis Bay. This is Life is Hard. And I've for many times sat down here at this camera and at this desk to try and film something to talk about what we wanted to do with the channel Life is Hard. And my goal is to create a community to help like-minded people, Gen X basically, folks that are struggling with how to make extra money, maybe have had something tough happen in their life. Like I'm widowed. I lost my wife, love of my life, and actually my motor. It was not only my rock and everything that held and the glue that held me and our family together, but it was also um, my motivation, my safety, my cheerleader, um, my business. It was everything. So having spent a couple years trying to uh, reinvent myself and figure out how I could contribute and have do something meaningful where other people might appreciate it, as well as something that would be good for my soul. I'm only good at a couple things, and building businesses is one of them. I have for the last 35, 40 years successfully created companies and either sold those companies or been acquired by other companies at a certain stage. Once I got the companies to a certain level where they were making the kind of revenue that other companies would be interested in, and it happened to fit a particular vertical or market segment that they were in, and it made sense to acquire, then they would do it. But here's ultimately what I wanted to do with this channel. I know I've looked for 2 years on trying to figure out a way to make money online, and every single time everybody gives you just enough information to obviously get you to spend their $7 or the $57 or the $99 or the $497, and then tell you got to come back to a master class or this or that, and then but at the end of the day, they never give you the actual work that's required for you to be able to get it done. And that's why they might have 10,000 subscribers in their school community, but only 10 of them are actually doing anything successful, and the rest of them just continue to come back because either it's like pigs to a trough, and it's what they're going to do, or they actually are hoping that this day is going to be the day that, or this week's going to be the week where they're going to learn something new and they can actually put it into practice. And I'm not saying that these people are that are running these programs are bad, or there's anything wrong with them or anything like that. They're providing exactly what the customer base is looking for, what the world is looking for. The problem is uh, us, the people that are looking for these programs. If you're sincerely interested and you're willing to put in the work and you're a disciplined individual who's capable, and you got a little bit of money, um, you're rare. 90% of the people out there, for the most part, are looking for a get rich quick, or just give me the packet so I can flip the switch and all of a sudden I'll start making money like you. Or they think that they can just flip on YouTube and start walking around with a camera, looking at potted plants or counting the tiles on their floor, or addressing the monsoon in the neighborhood during the fall or something like that. But it doesn't work that way. You can't just do that and start making money. People aren't going to be interested in your channel. But YouTube is a vehicle to be able to make good money at, but you got to know how to use it. So back to the beginning. If you're sincere and interested in trying to make money, you, for whatever reason, are in a place in your life right now where you're searching YouTube to either a side hustle, increase my income, start a business, any of those kinds of things, this channel is the right channel for you, because what we do here and what we're going to do, continue to do going forward, is um, two commitments you're going to get from me right out of the gate. Is one, I'm going to tell you the truth, and two, I'm going to review the businesses that actually perform, that you can flip a switch to and begin making money on. It'll require effort, so I can't make any promises about how well you'll do. I can only tell you what I've done, and I can tell you what other people have done in the same industry. But if you're sincere about trying to improve your particular financial situation right now, and you believe that a YouTube channel or a product online or a store, something like that, would change your life, or at least give you some breathing room or freedom. Maybe you want to tell the boss to go pound sand. Maybe the Social Security just doesn't go far enough. Maybe you need to have a savings account so that when you get a flat tire, it's not a loan you have to get, but you can just go pay for it. Maybe you want to be with the grandkids and spend more time with them. All of these things are great reasons why you should pick this business up, this digital wealth opportunity that exists for us. And I'm telling you, this is the best time to be alive. For us at our age, we are the hottest property on the market. The advertisers recognize this too, and that's one of the reasons why they are so excited to support YouTube channels and other social media channels from people in our age group. Usually, we've got quite a bit of experience under our belt, and um, we don't just evaluate products and what I would say pimp products for the sake of just getting a paycheck. We actually are, most of us are from a time when if you didn't use the product, if you didn't believe in the product, you didn't promote the product. So I'm going to give you those two things. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to evaluate businesses that actually work, and then I'm going to tell you exactly how to use those businesses and or those products so that you can make extra money. In doing so, we got to have fun. So this community is going to expand, and I've said this several times in other videos. We will have a school community. We're not there yet. I will start a free community over there so that we have some places to go. That community is going to be for doers. If you're interested in doing and applying, and you want to talk to me personally, and you want to review a business idea, or you've got an idea that people have been telling you for years you should do, or you want to review a book idea or anything like that. That's where that community is going to hang out. It's going to be in that school community, the doer side. On this channel, we're not only going to have fun and talk about the potential opportunities that exist for digital wealth and to get yourself out of the financial bind you're in, but we're going to help each other overcome some of the challenges we face. Like I said, I was widowed. You may have suffered a similar situation. You may have gotten fired recently. I've been fired twice this year. I've tried to go back to the corporate work. We'll talk about those things. This will be a safe place where we can have some fun and just review the global news, the regional news in your area. We'll talk about sports and how much, what that looks like and how it impacts our particular family. Maybe you've got kids that play sports or grandkids that play sports, and you don't have a place where you can hang out with like-minded individuals, people that don't understand why you would travel to 4 different states to watch your son, your grandson, or your granddaughter play soccer, and they don't understand why why you want to travel all over the place to watch them, or why you want to support the teams or anything like that. This will be a place where we can do all of that. But at the end of the day, we'll bring everything back to the table, and that table conversation will be, how does this impact my life? How can this improve me? How can I help others? The biggest thing that we're going to do out of this is we're going to change our financial situation, and we're going to improve others. So we're going to serve. That's going to be the biggest thing. But it's going to be a community where we're going to have fun. All of the regular life lessons, we're going to get a break. You're going to be able to come in here, hang out. You'll hear my take on politics, on the news of the day, on sports, on some other things. You may not agree. That's fine. We can have that conversation in the comments. But it's going to be a place where we're going to be safe and have fun. There's not going to be any ignorance. But having said all of that, ultimately, this channel is going to be able to, it's going to drive you to be able to change your financial outcome. And that's the goal of this thing, is to get you a product or a service that you can use to be able to start generating additional income on a regular basis monthly. And it's going to teach you how to use that service and or how to sell that product. So you're not just going to get told, you need to join a club or a mastermind, or you got to buy this product, or all of those sorts of things. We're actually going to we're going to apply these lessons, and you're going to be able to become a doer in the school community. And we will launch campaigns, and we will celebrate each other's success. We'll have weekly meetings over there. Right now I have it scheduled, so we'll have a half-hour meetings on, a couple times a week. I don't know if we'll be able to maintain that depending on how many people are involved, but we will review the business property or the business opportunities that are out there that everyone's familiar with, and we'll rank them on a scale of 1 to 10 or a 1 to 5, and we'll determine, is this a good opportunity for you? Does it fit what you're trying to get done, or is it not? And then we'll talk about, the things that do you actually even have time? A lot of people talk about some of these things as if you've got 26 hours in a day, when you don't. So even though they might sound like good ideas, that when you come right down to it, there's just no way you can apply some of this stuff. So, a newsletter might be a great idea, and they're killer business ideas. But do you have the time to sit down and actually write a newsletter? And if you do you have the time to create a newsletter around a particular product in addition? And can you create a store to be able to sell that product? Do you have the skill set to be able to manage the communications between fulfillment of your product and the customer outreach? All of these things come into play when you start looking at what this looks like online and how I can build a business online and make money. It's not like everyone says it is, and that's what the hook is. You get the invitation. They tell you it's as easy as this, $7 letter and this $27 upsell, and then a $4.99 packet, and then a $10,000 mastermind, all that stuff. We're skipping all of that. We're going right to the meat and potatoes, as they would say in our day. So I want to welcome you to the community. Life is hard, but no one's coming. If you want to change your life, you've got to put the work in. You all know that. It's not easy, but it's simple. And it doesn't require a lot of technology. It doesn't require a lot of investment. It doesn't require a lot of time if you focus on the things that matter. So um, I've been evaluating a couple products. You may have seen them in some of the videos. I've looked at a couple other service industries as well, and I have come to the conclusion there's a handful right now that if you really want to begin the process, and when you begin, it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take days and weeks, and in some cases, it might take a couple months for you to be able to get the traction you need in the market to be able to be successful. But the biggest thing the most important thing that you have to do is you have to be consistent. So once you land on the product and or service, once you decide what kind of time you're going to put into this project, once you decide about your social media vehicle for advertising and working with your client base, you determine all those things and you say, okay, I can commit 2 hours a week or 20 hours a week, and you land on the product. We'll help select the product. We'll help you select the product. We'll help you make some evaluations and take your calls, etc. But I know how to build companies. I know how to build companies. I've done it in the brick and mortar world several times and had lots of success. This digital world took me a little while to get my hands around it, but I got it. And we've launched a couple companies actually that are making very good money. And I'm actually expanding across the country physically, actually putting up brick and mortar. And that's a whole nother avenue, and most people aren't prepared to go there. But from a digital world, I believe I've landed on a couple products that you could actually begin tomorrow and start printing money, actually make money. In addition, I'm going to review products every week and every month. So we're going to pull the most popular products out of the ether. We're going to take them off of YouTube and off of social media, and we're going to look at them. I'll buy them. I'll spend my money. I'll evaluate them. We'll come up with like I said, a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 10 ranking, and we'll determine whether or not these things are really good, how beneficial they are, how difficult they are. I'm sure all of them would work, but what it comes down to is how much time and money do I have to be able to commit to that product. And so we'll come up with a scale, an easy scale. Is this an easy button deal where I can start tomorrow with a $250 investment and $50 a month, and I can start making money? Or is this a product that I'm going to have to spend $20,000 over the next 2 years, and I'm still going to be in the same place if I don't, go to the 5 masterminds or something like that? So that's it. Welcome to Life is Hard. I'm thankful that you're here. Please give me some grace as I develop this space. I intend to have a better description. I intend to have a couple links where you can click on, the products we use, speakers, microphones, cameras, to be able to buy and help support the channel. I've got an apparel line that you'll see soon coming in for Life is Hard. We'll be able to support the channel that way as well. And then uh, you'll be able, I'll have those descriptions built out a little bit better too, where I can drive you to other opportunities that exist that you would find beneficial, like tips on how to write a newsletter. There's no reason to charge people for that sort of stuff. And there's not a class that you go to. What do? Go to a class for a week to learn how to structure a newsletter? Chat GPT can help you structure a newsletter. What's important is what you're going to put in the newsletter, and who the audience is, and why would someone read it, and how much should you charge. And so when you determine that, how, if you want to talk to people about how to improve the coat for your puppy, where's that demographic at? Who's that network? How do you reach that network? What are you going to tell those people? And is there something that you can provide them at no charge that they didn't know yesterday, that because of they're going to now know? The goal for us is to create a transformation for people. We need to, everyone has these problems. There's a million of them out there. We can't solve all of them. We can only pick a couple that make sense that we can contribute to. But once we do that, our goal is not to just in the old car sales days back in the 60s and 70s, the car salesman just wanted to get it over the curb. He just wanted to get the taillights over the curb and get you off the lot. And a lot of people in this world of digital social media sales still do the same thing. They just want to get you buy the packet, you subscribe to the service, and then they don't care if they ever talk to you again. That's not the case here. But so you have to determine, once you decide on a product or service, how much effort you want to put out for the client, how much engagement do you want to have with the client. But your biggest goal is transformation. How much can you improve that person's life or eliminate the problem that they have? If you can eliminate the problem, you'll be wealthy and you'll have fun doing it. And people will tell you that you've done a good job, and they're thankful to have met you or ran into you or paid for your product or service. Those are the transformation is the deal. You've got to have a product. You've got to have a problem. I'm sorry, a problem, identifiable problem. Identify your niche or where you can contribute and have an impact. Not everyone can, do everything. It's got to be priced appropriately so that people will want to buy it and part. But they have to see a result. People have to see a result so that they can share the experience. Enthusiasm is contagious. The root letters or root word in enthusiasm, IASM, I am sold myself. That actually means something. If you are committed and your clients are committed, they're going to tell others, and you're going to exponentially grow and have a great opportunity to gain not only monetary success, if you would, but you'll change your life and other people's life too. So you won't be just carrying a camera around counting the tiles on your floor or talking about the drapes or a new recipe or things like that. I'm not saying those channels aren't beneficial for people. Everyone needs a place to be able to contribute and do something with their time. But if you're serious about trying to make money and you want this camera to help you do it, you need a good product, you need a good story, you need to identify a problem, and you need to transform people's life. If you can do that, it's really as simple. There's only 3 things you have to do after that. So thank you very much for jumping in here. I'm very grateful to have you. I look forward to the next one. I will try and get these out. I'm going to try these and do these every day because it's all about life, and life is hard. So I'll open maybe tomorrow or the next day with how things went. Today's my birthday. I'm 62 years old today. And it sucks because I'm alone. That's the truth about life is hard. I'll see my kids, and that's fantastic. I'll see my grandboys, and that's great. But I'm alone, and that sucks. I miss Tammy, the joy that we had, the fun that we had. I never thought about a birthday at all, and now every one of them it just reminds me that I'm alone. So that sucks, but I'll find a way to get through it today, and hopefully. You folks that are out there that are having similar challenges or have struggled through something, you'll find that this channel is a place for you to be able to hang out and feel safe and maybe take away some joy. We'll have some fun here. I said I'll get better at this, I promise. And you'll be able to count on the fact that we will have content that's relevant to the day. We'll have content that's relevant to social media, digital business, and how you can benefit from it. And then we'll have product evaluations that you can actually buy and take and put on your own social media and begin making money. And we will do all that on this channel. So I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much for coming here. Please click the subscribe button and the like button and everything else that you got to do in there to help us grow right now. That's the main thing. And thank you again. Have a great day.